Hello, Breeby Crafty here. I have found something buried in the corner, kind of an old stack of some art, and I figured I'd share with you guys. I want to say these are roughly, 2014 and back, probably even 2009. I can't even remember how old I was when I first created these. My art style has definitely changed a lot. And, I am actually considering redrawing a lot of these. My idea back then, whenever I drew these, I wanted them to be like playing cards, kind of like Naruto, but except playing cards like aces and spades, but some of them I actually ended up starting to create myself. But anyway, if I were to redraw these, I probably wouldn't have the symbols up in the corner that you guys are about to see. Also, the stack is quite big, and I don't know how long I want to have this video, so I might just get by it half today and then half another time. So I guess let's get started and seeing this hideousness of old drawings. But I know years ago, when you first start out, things are not like always perfect. I mean, practice makes perfect, and you eventually learn and develop. So, some of these kind of really are cringy worthy. And some of them I don't even remember the characters I've created. I believe this one was supposed to be like a lake monster creature thing. Of course, transforms into a human so that way he can disguise himself. And then I got this one as I think he was an archaeologist. Gosh, I cannot remember. This was one of my prouder ones when I was younger because I felt like I did a pretty good job with the cigarette smoke and everything. I flipped the symbols by accident and wanted them to be in a specific way, but looks like I flipped it again over here. I don't know. I have no idea the system I was trying to do. You'll actually see some of them actually being diamonds and spades, though, as we continue. Here's one that I kind of really did not like. There was so much that I didn't like in the face and the body, just so off. It is kind of interesting to look back and seeing how my work used to be like, and I really curious about how some of these characters will look like today. Some of them I still do draw today. Some of them have pretty much been put on the back burner, like these three that I've already shown you. I don't really draw anymore. And looks like I tried to redraw her again at one point. But this is like so old years ago that I just didn't date them. I want to say these are between 2009 to 2013, 14 maybe. And you can see that the heads shrunk for me, but I still had a hard time with drawing hands. This one was a redraw of one of the other ones, but I never got it colored. This one actually has a date, 2015. Don't know how well you can see that in the camera, being that it's just the sketch of it. Oh, I remember this one. This one is one of my really older characters. I think this was actually one of the first ones I ever drew out of the batch. Some of them kind of look like they went downhill from this drawing. I did feel like I did an interesting technique to try to get these feathers in, but now that I look at them, I'm like, I could do it differently today. Continuing on. This one was actually supposed to be a set, because I had two characters of twins. One of them is supposed to be dead of a ghost-like format. But another characters that were cut out. I think the only ones I really do still draw. I know Ella is one of the ones I still draw. She's one of my favorite ones. And this one was supposed to be a human circus girl. This one was my vampire girl. I always thought the outfit design was interesting, but I've never been very good with choosing colors. So I know the colors really are ugh. And the head definitely too big. Hands really small, and it's like scary. And going on, this one is probably whenever I started getting a little bit better. I wish I really would have dated these. It kind of bothers me a little bit that back when I was younger, I didn't think too much about dating my artwork. One that I actually thought was pretty good. I can't even remember who I based this off of. I know it kind of looks like Tuxedo Mask, and maybe I had Tuxedo Mask in my mind, but I know I based this off of a picture to try to redraw the best I could years ago. But I just cannot remember what the original drawing was that I tried to reincorporate and throw my own twist to it, though. I mean, it really does have a lot of Tuxedo Mask vibes, especially with the rose and everything. But I really don't think it was the drawing. That was it. But anyway, on to the next one. Okay, here's another character that I still draw today. She's got a little bit of a different design to her these days, but I still have sort of the same concept. She's actually a necromancer, and I think I wanted the background to sort of be like a mist fog to it. Kind of like a gas. Maybe a toxic gas that can create zombies, kind of like the virus, C virus or something from Resident Evil. And then Shinna is supposed to be like a fortune teller. I have thought about redrawing her today. I don't think she's really one of the characters I want to cut. But I definitely have a different take on how I want her to be. And also, I was a fan of Grim Reapers when I was growing up. I know her name is different today, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I have so many different characters. It's crazy. And that's one of the reasons why I had to cut a lot of them, because, I mean, a lot of them are not essential to my story anymore. One of the things I like to do with weapons is like to have them be able to transform into multiple different weapons. So it's a scythe, but also can be a sword. I don't know what was my deal of always trying to incorporate that kind of stuff. This is another one of the characters that I cut. I cannot think of any background story that I really wanted to do with her. She's a vampire. I mean, how creative, a character named Rain to be a vampire. Oh, I was definitely a big fan of Blood Rain growing up. And I guess I just wanted a smaller version of her. Oh, this is just like a sad attempt. This is one of the characters that I do still draw today. A zombie. But actually more of a functional zombie that don't try to eat your brains or kill you in any way. Unless Master instructs it. I have a crazy imagination. Her design has changed quite a bit. Her hair's not as see-through anymore. And she doesn't have the stitched eyebrows anymore. I do kind of still like the chain necklace with the lock on the end, so I wanted to still keep that. This one is another necromancer. She has changed a lot too. I kind of drew her more fierce in this one, but she's actually a bit different in my story today. This one is also another redraw, but I never finished coloring it. And then, oh, this one's really scary. I don't even really want to show this one, but oh, it's horrible. Horrible, horrible. I think this one's an obvious werewolf, but kind of looks more like Beast from X-Men. But, gosh, you can tell my inspiration came from a lot of my childhood cartoons or video games that I grew up with. Things sure have changed. Another vampire. I don't even remember how to pronounce some of these names. It just came up with some random names and slapped them on there. And another vampire. I think we're on a vampire streak here. Anyway, I think